wish I could say that I love Superman, but I also wouldn't go as far as to say that I hated it. I'll just start by getting the negatives out of the way. My biggest gripe with this movie is the amount of jokes and absurdity. I know that's what I should expect from James Gunn, and that's what's worked for me in his other comic book movies, but I really thought that wouldn't be the case for a Superman movie. There's just moments where it felt way too goofy, and it took away from the moments that were supposed to be emotional and serious. There's also scenes that are just there for a joke that we've already seen in Marvel movies. I saw this in a sold out theater, and there were moments where a joke would happen and the theater was just dead silent. Maybe my whole theater was dead inside like me, I don't really know. It's also a preference for me to get a more serious tone in comic book movies, so my nitpick might actually be a positive for you. I also just found that there was too much going on and there were too many plot points instead of one centralized story. There's also just so many moments in this movie that felt like they were too much of James Gunn's style, and I typically love his style of writing and filmmaking, but there were tropes and music choices that just didn't work for me in this particular movie. I would also say that the CGI is a bit distracting at times, and I could have used a little bit less of it, but then again, I don't know how you would make a movie like this without it. So those are my main nitpicks, and I think those mainly came out because of how I feel about Superman as a character and how I want his movies to be, but there's a lot that really worked in this one. So with all of those nitpicks out of the way, let me tell you what worked for me in James Gunn's Superman.